freaking talk. Buff Nation, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a great day. We're getting back into the transfer portal talk. If you want to hear any of my thoughts on the Colorado Buffaloes NFL draft stuff, go and check out my other videos that I posted this weekend, other lives. But let's go ahead and get into the transfer portal stuff. The Buffs, man, they got some work, some serious work to do. We'll go over a couple of the visits that I've seen, and I'm sure we got some more coming along the way, which I can update you guys on later this week because yeah, we have some serious roster holes to fill right now. So earlier last week, Zack Owens, this is what we're going to talk about first. Starting left guard for most of the spring, transferred from Clemson last year, transferred out. And this was something that you kind of saw coming. I would have hoped that he would have stayed to want to come in here and compete with somebody like Xavier Hill. But I think that once guys like Zack or Jake Schwanitz, who are clearly tapped into the CU program, with him saying the plan is to play him at guard, opposite of Zy Chrysler, you're like, I thought he would play right tackle, but you wonder with Zack Owens putting in the work as a larger, kind of more raw offensive lineman coming in from high school, the 2.5 years or so, I mean, he's got his body in the right shape. He should be ready to play. And I can understand from his perspective, hitting the transfer portal, wanting to find a better opportunity. I mean, Xavier Hill is much, much, much more proven just as an offensive lineman. So I can understand that. I wish he would have stuck around, but offensive line depth is hard to keep. It is hard to keep. Even schools like Ohio State, we saw last year with their injuries, they can struggle to keep top talent at the offensive line behind those starters. I think we struggle with it right now to a degree that they don't, and some of those other schools don't. Yeah, we got some serious holes to fill on the offensive line right now. We'll see what happens at center. Congratulations to Cash Cleveland ending up at Tech, I think on scholarship. That's awesome. Zarian McGill, probably right now our starting center, and then Yo-Yo backing him up. But yeah, a lot of inexperience there. Zarian McGill, interesting guy, veteran type of guy. Did not start last year at Louisiana Tech, but maybe this is just a better system for him. And again, you can still improve as an offensive player, or as a college football player, rather. So that's going to be something to monitor, as well as the right tackle situation, man. I don't feel great about the right tackle situation here at all. We also had Jay Gardenhire end up actually hitting the portal after entering, then withdrawing, then hitting the portal again. Again, some of these Phil Oldhold guys, I guess it doesn't surprise me to see some of them hitting the portal. But with guys like Jay Gardenhire, I'm kind of wondering what the plan is, unless he ends up at Mississippi State or something like that, because you just got to develop. I think most of these offensive linemen are 2-3 years away from becoming contributors that are kind of in his, area of kind of where they're coming out as recruits, where their body's at, everything like that. So that was disappointing to see, but I wish him the best. And we got some offensive line guys that we need to recruit. Blake Steen was somebody that I was hoping we could get, but I believe he transferred to another school. So I think right now we got some question marks at starting right tackle right now. Right now it's Mana Taimani at starting center. And yeah, outside of, some guys like Kareem Harden, Chauncey Gooden, maybe Tyler Brown in some emergency situations, fairly concerned about where our offensive line depth is. I think like right now with where our team was at in the regular season this past year, I think we might have had better offensive line depth than where we're at right now. The good news is that I'm saying right now, we still have plenty of time to bring in some more guys, as it's not even the summer yet. And we're going to do that. So keep an eye out for offensive line news to come out here soon. Gunnar White, man, it's time to put those recruiting chops to work, right? We've been hyping you up. Like, let's go. Now is your time, man. Let's see what you and the rest of the staff got cooking up on the offensive line. Now, there was also, this was pretty disappointing. Colton Hood, Brandon Hood, and man, Trenton Hood. That's right, the linebacker, all transferred out. All brothers, or Colton and Brandon brothers. Maybe Trenton Hood's a cousin. I'm trying to remember. Anyways, family members, they're all out of here. Colton Hood, very, very talented cornerback. Of course, I thought that he was going to start for us and expected him to. And Brandon Hood, I thought he flashed well in the spring game. So man, this is just disappointing, man. I wanted to see both of those guys stay on the roster. What I don't appreciate, and I don't think what helps at all, is I'm going to be honest, like Pastor coming out and tweeting about this, because it just raises more questions than um, and creates more drama than what's necessary. Um, Seems like he's alluding to one of these guys, or whatever, not being welcome or being told to leave. Man, I don't know. So then they all bounce. Sure, it's frustrating, I think, to kind of hear that sort of stuff come from Twitter. Um, when it's, I don't know, man. It's just, then you see the coaching staff getting at it, man. I don't like that. But obviously something was going on. I'm not going to speculate what it was, but good news is that we do have Tion Parks, that I think is a capable starter coming in here at the cornerback position. No doubt about it. But at running back, we're pretty thin right now. And I would say we're back to feeling a little thin at the secondary position with Ben Boozy, Malachi Murphy. I mean, both of those guys, they're probably more, uh, scout team type of guys right now. But we're missing a lot of cornerbacks. Maybe RJ Johnson. I mean, this is the time in which he really steps up and balls out, right? But at running back, we have Dallin Hayden, we have Michael Welsh, we do have Charlie Offerdahl, but not feeling great about the running back room right now. My hope is that, hey, Marshall Falk, let's get some of these guys. I mean, I was hoping for Javian Thomas, but he ended up going to another school. I'm trying to remember who it was. That was disappointing. The running back from Cal. I thought we had a good shot with him. I thought we had a good shot with Blake Steen at right tackle. The good news is that, hey, we are at least bringing in some very interesting guys from the transfer portal, at least at the secondary position. First off, we'll talk about Noah King. He was an early enrollee at Kansas this year. True freshman, early enrollee. 6'3", 195 pounds. I think Kansas State had him measured at 6'2", but cornerback, one of the top in the country this past year. 24/7, of course, had him rated 26 overall. Now in the transfer portal on his page, they had him, they had him rated as a 4-star high school guy, but then in this transfer portal, they had him listed at safety. So maybe Kansas State was trying to move him to safety. I don't know. Maybe he wants to play corner. Obviously, there's a huge hole at corner now with Colton Hood here. So we'll see. Not normally the biggest fan of just guys entering the portal after just one semester in college, especially when they're early enrollees. But I'm a big fan of just getting talent, and maybe this is the right fit for him. It's also nice to get a guy from Kansas State after they freaking poached Dylan Edwards from us, man. So he's visiting this week. Hopefully this visit goes well, and he would provide some needed talent into the secondary room right now, no doubt about it, whether that's at safety or corner. But yeah, we need some guys who are tall, physical, have good size, and can tackle. Noah King can do all that. Now, we're also bringing in a veteran, I guess, safety, John Slaughter, for a visit. I think he's been in college football since 2022. At Tennessee, safety 6'2", 195, so similarly sized. Got in 54 snaps this year on defense for Tennessee, kind of against their lower level opponents, but he did have an interception against UTEP, which is great. I really don't know much about him, but we'll just have to see. But I think that this would be more of kind of a depth piece move. Let's see if he played on special teams at all. I didn't even look at that. Oh, yeah. So 134 snaps on special teams. So he could definitely help assist there. 1 tackle, 1 assist, 1 missed tackle, 2 penalties. Okay. But great special teams grade in 2023 at 69.3. So that's awesome to see as well. And no penalties in 2023. So this is something to keep an eye on. But I imagine, hey, now that the draft is over and all those sorts of stuff, those things, we're gonna see more news start to come out regarding the transfer portal because right now we have some holes that we got to fill when it comes to the starting lineup and when it comes to just creating needed depth right now at some of these positions. I also was it Kyron Garcia, one of our inside linebackers, probably lower there on the depth chart. Jalen Wester, he also transferred out. We never really saw much of Jalen Wester, and yeah, so I'm hoping that the next school he goes to is just a better fit for him. Clearly, just things weren't working here. So I wish those guys well and success, and now we have some more opportunities, some more spots to bring in some other players at. So we'll see where CU goes from here. Obviously, this is kind of one of the the downturns in the roller coaster that is college football roster management. So we are going to add players, guys. So we're not crashing and burning, but in terms of the overall depth and talent level, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. Like we got some work to do right now. So y'all like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Sco Buff.